Yes, everybody, what's going on? My name is Stephen Howson. This is Transfer Talk. Good evening, everybody. Hope everyone is having a better day than we are, to be honest. Studio flooded. It's not always great, is it? To be honest, it's not the first time it's happened. It's happened a couple of times before with the studio. We are in a basement in the centre of Manchester, and sometimes it gets flooded. There has been some damage today. Fortunately, it isn't a lot. But it has actually damaged some stuff today. So, I was just trying to think, is there a way to show you what we've done to actually protect it? All the streaming equipment and stuff like that obviously sits on the floor. We've basically raised it up about 4 or 5 inches on mugs to see if it can survive, I think is the word we're looking for. So, you know, we'll see if it works. If not, you'll find out pretty early tomorrow when it hasn't. But cheers for tuning in anyway. Hope you're having a good day. It is a good day because Marcus Rashford's out there bodying the Tories. Absolutely flawless victory that from Marcus Rashford today. And hats off to him. Everything he's done has been phenomenal over the last 6 months. All that remains now is to score a hat-trick on Friday night, and it's fucking game over, innit? The next kid's getting named Marcus. Done. I don't think we can let it pass what Marcus has done. I don't think there's ever been, and this sounds dramatic, but listen on it before you reply. I don't think there's ever been, certainly an English Premier League footballer that has done something so impactful, so meaningful, so substantial for the children of this country. I think this is the biggest thing any footballer has ever done. Now, footballers do things for their community constantly. I don't recall anybody ever doing anything like this for their entire community, for the entire country. Yeah, hang on. Someone said the mic's a bit low. I will turn it up. Unfortunately, you might hear the rain a little bit as well, so I will try to sit there. That's awful, isn't it? Hopefully you can still hear me over that, because that is really bad. Right, we are here to talk about some transfers, and that is what we are here to do. Oh my God, how loud's that? Can you hear it? Right. This is probably unusable, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Sorry, everyone. I'm going to start... Can you hear this? Oh, my God. Right. I'm going to try and shout into this microphone. Hopefully, you'll hear me. Manchester United are giving serious consideration to a summer swoop for the Bayer Leverkusen winger Leon Bailey. Is it bad? I can't hear myself in here. That's how loud it is. Can you hear me all right? Fucking hell. Right, all right. I won't shout. I'll just try and talk normally then. Oh, this is fucked up, man, isn't it? Right. Bayer Leverkusen valued a 22-year-old who has 3 years left on his current deal at around about 40 million. Which obviously is a lot cheaper than you're going to get Grealish and Sancho. That could be another one added to the list as a backup option on, maybe on Grealish. Personally, I think I'd roll with him as the backup option on Sancho. I think that might be the best way that you look at this guy. I rate him. I rate him highly. Young, absolute flyer. Plays on the left, plays on the right. I think he could do a real good job for us. He hasn't started a lot of games in the Bundesliga, only starting 2 out of Leverkusen's last 6 games. And in one of those, he got subbed after 45 minutes. I don't know if there's something going on. If this... with his fitness. I can't hear myself think because of how loud that is. In addition to this, the winger has missed numerous amounts of games through injury, but also 5 due to suspension, which isn't ideal. But Leon Bailey's always someone that sort of sits on the periphery, and he's never really hit that superstar level of status, but I think he's a fantastic footballer. And he's a footballer that I would love United to go in for, and he's the profile of footballer that I think United should be going in for, because that's the sort of ones that you then make into superstars. Don't think his ceiling's as high as Sancho, but he is a good player, and for 40 million nowadays, I think you'd be all right with that one, to be honest. A couple of people in the comments saying Dan James 2.0. Hey up, that was lightning, I think. If he's injury prone, no thanks. Someone commenting, don't swear. Don't fucking tell me what to do. You can get fucking banned. Sin a bit. We fucking hate Katie Hopkins. Yep. Could be the first Jamaican to play for United. I think he would be the first Jamaican to play for United if that was the case. Yep. All right. I mean, Leon Bailey, what's your thoughts? Yes? No? Again, that's gone really loud and I can't hear myself think. Next one that we're going to be talking about then is Donny Van de Beek. It really feels like there could be something in this. It really does feel like there could be something in this. United have decided to focus their attention on Van de Beek over Kai Havertz. Not really the same position, but okay. United will sacrifice Ander Herrera to land him. United lead the race to sign Donny Van de Beek and could be ready to take advantage of the situation, offer him 36 million. That's according to the Daily Mail. It's reported that Ajax midfielder has already agreed personal terms with Madrid this year ahead of a move, but reports suggest the chances of Van de Beek moving to Spain in the capital are now nil. So he's out here agreeing terms left, right and centre. Why is that now meaning that he's got to come to United? That's always baffles me on that. Is it for 36 million? That's not a life-changing amount of money for Ajax. Why would you let him go off that? Like, honestly, it doesn't really work for me, that, to be honest. And him as a player, I'm also not 100% convinced. Ajax coach Ronald de Boer has come out and admitted he'd understand if he made the move over to Old Trafford, and de Boer told Fox Sports last week, if Madrid again decide not to report themselves at Donny, then I can understand if he goes to United instead. The fact that you've had Edwin van der Sar come out and talk about this one tells me that you've got to be like, right, do you know what? There is probably something in this. It's certainly not nothing. I think he's tired of the Pogba's running around. He wants players like Van de Beek. This is talking about Solskjaer. Says Solskjaer has indicated that he wants to go in a new direction with players who are humble and their heart is with the club and a team player. Yeah. Van de Beek, unconvinced. Unconvinced what he offers different to, say, I think he's better in the final third, but in terms of the profile of player and where he sits in the squad, that's Fred in it. Surely. People mentioning Sal Niguez in the comments. We're not talking about Sal Niguez today because otherwise I would be getting extremely excited about that because I'm fucking all about that guy. Basil says, I still smell BS in the story. Prefer him over Grealish for a stupid price and a terrible attitude. Juho says, new Wesley Sneijder. I mean, Wesley Sneijder in terms of being linked with us or in terms of how good he is? Fucking hell. I wondered what June was going to bring. I guess it's floods. Well, yeah, literally. We had a flood. We already had the flood. My God. Can you lot hear this? Because I can't hear myself in here in a minute. Milos says, I think Weah stopped a war in his country, so Rashford's second only to him. Wow. Can I see us buying Sancho and an attacking midfielder, Raf? I can, because that seems to be what we're linked with. It does seem to be what we're linked with. But I don't understand necessarily why. I don't really understand. I think they must be looking at some sort of new formation. Really don't do that. I really don't know. Really don't know. For me, what looks like we need is a defensive midfielder. Sal Niguez is my favourite, obviously. This is so loud. And a right winger for definite. It's an ASMR channel. Is it that bad? I mean, literally, I feel like is that lightning again? I feel like I have to shout, and I'm sure that's probably not fucking helping everybody. Sorry, everyone. Do you know what? It's been dry here all day. Well, up until a couple of hours ago, like. Oh, my good God. Right, Sancho then. Let's do Sancho. So, Sancho's future at Borussia Dortmund remains uncertain after his head coach, Lucien Favre, admitted that the forward was among players who could leave this summer. When asked about him and Hakimi, obviously players will go, and we hope they stay, but it's possible that they may also leave. You've spoken about two players who we don't know definitely what will happen with. They could stay with us, that's clear, and would be good for me. We'll see what we'll do in defence, midfield or attack. United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Barcelona apparently are all interested in him. And supposedly yesterday, it come out that Manchester City would be open to it as well. And City could receive up to 15% of any sale of him. England manager's been talking and he says a move away would be a challenge for Sancho, who favours competing in the Champions League. Although Bundesliga side are confident that they'll be able to keep Sancho for at least another year, they won't offer their colossal asking price of 100 million. Favre has opened the door for him to leave. You all know my thoughts on Sancho. I think he's absolutely fantastic. In terms of where is he going, there's some things that we're aware of. We've got pretty close connections to him from when he lived in Manchester, and there are other clubs in the mix. Barcelona did briefly come into the mix, but that looks like it's faded away a little bit. Seems like Liverpool were on the radar. I don't think Chelsea was ever really a serious consideration for him. And it does seem like Manchester and United is the place where he could go. Now, that's not to say it couldn't still mess up. They could easily still mess that up, and you could easily mess it up by United refusing to pay the fee for the guy. And if United refuse to pay for the fee for the guy, just simple, it's just not going to happen. So as long as United are willing to pay the fee, I think United are going to come in. Fatty for 138 million. I don't know who was sniffing what when they wrote that, but that's just not going to happen, is it? It's just not going to happen. Yeah, it's just really not going to happen at all. If we were to sign one player, it would need to be a right winger, and wouldn't want to stunt the development of our midfielders by getting another. I think you can still have room for another midfielder. You really can. I think we've certainly got the room. The only way to fuck this up is Ed Woodward, says Jake. Is Scotty good enough to be a number 6? Yes, but I don't think he's going to be world class. I think he's very, very good, but I don't think he's world class, and I would love to see us get someone world class in there. One problem with Sancho transfer is that Dortmund players usually flop. The only exception is Lewandowski. Is that the only exception? I can't imagine that's the only exception. I would have to look into that. Dortmund does seem the sort of place where people go and play very well before they move on, doesn't it? Maybe it's just perfectly set up to get the right level of talent out of certain people and all that sort of stuff. Would I start Matic on Friday? If you want to know where I'm going to be starting, you need to be tuning in on Thursday. So make sure to subscribe. And while you're doing that, you might as well like the video. I'll be doing my match preview on Thursday is when we'll be doing it. Me and Joe will be back tomorrow afternoon with the fixture list, looking ahead at all of the fixtures as the Premier League comes back, and we will be having a United game to check out, and I'll also be doing a watch-along over on Stretford Paddock on Friday night. There's some moves happening with Stretford Paddock. Obviously, we've got a football team. There's some other stuff moving as well, but I reckon in about a month's time, you'll see everything that's coming to fruition. And it'll all look a little bit different, but it'll be awesome. But cheers for tuning in as usual. Make sure to subscribe and check out the rest of the videos this week. Like I said, we're doing a preview on Thursday, fixture list tomorrow, and then we'll be over on Stretford Paddock on Friday for the watch along. Let us know who you'd like to see on that. It'll be a socially distanced one, so it'll be a bit weird, but it'll be happy days with what it is. Cheers for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.